Good morning, everyone, and welcome to OEMC. I'm Josh Dennis, First Deputy Director of the Office of Emergency Management and Communications. OEMC is working closely with the National Weather Service, monitoring conditions of the active weather pattern that will bring a wintry mix and dangerously cold temperatures to the city of Chicago later this week. At this time, an advisory has not been issued. Beginning Thursday evening into Friday morning, winter weather impacts may include light icing, snow accumulation, high winds with gusts of 40 miles per hour, followed by falling temperatures. Conditions will be significantly colder through the weekend and into early next week, with possible sub-zero wind chills and single-digit highs. The coldest Chicago has seen since January of 2019. We urge residents to take precautions, dress warmly, and plan accordingly. If you must travel, allow for extra time while driving. Keep a flashlight, blanket, snacks, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. Also, while driving, keep plenty of distance between yourself and others. In addition to monitoring weather conditions, OEMC will be coordinating response efforts within the city's public safety and infrastructure departments, as well as private partners, to keep residences and businesses safe and informed. OEMC will also be working closely with our utility agencies in case of power outages. The City of Chicago's top priority is public safety, and we would like to encourage residents to check on and provide any needed assistance to neighbors, family members, pets, and the most vulnerable, particularly those who are elderly or have disabilities. Staying connected is the key to being safe. It's imperative to keep informed of weather conditions and stay connected with family and friends. If you need to request a well-being check or for information on available warming centers and other services, you can call 311 or go to 311.chicago.gov or use the 311 mobile app. We'd also like to remind residents and businesses to be good neighbors, to shovel and salt the areas in front of their homes or places of business. Finally, I would like to thank Mayor Lightfoot and all the city departments and agencies and organizations who come together to keep Chicago safe, not only during the winter weather season, but year-round. And now, I'd like to introduce Fire Commissioner Richard C. Ford II.
Thank you, First Deputy. I would like to send a message that we should check on our more vulnerable neighbors, senior family members, during this and all extreme weather scenarios. No matter how cold it gets, alternative methods to heating homes, such as ovens and stove countertops, should never be used at any time. The Chicago Fire Department does not recommend using space heaters, but the reality is many families feel they have to use them. Any space heater that is used should be UL rated. It should be located at least 3 feet from anything that is combustible, bedding and or furniture. Use of a space heater in children's rooms should be monitored closely. Kids sometimes move the heaters close to the bed or in some cases in the bed, which lead to tragic results. If extension cords are used, they should be 15 amps, UL certified, 14 gauge wire or larger. This is not the 99-cent cord you get from the dollar store. Cords should never be placed under carpet or rugs. To assist with your piping not freezing, please allow the faucet to just dribble a little bit so that you have water running and it's not stagnant. If your pipe should freeze, do not use an open flame device as a torch or candles. Please use a hair blower to thaw them out. As I said earlier, let's check on each other. Let's take care of each other. When we do that, we increase the safety within all our communities. Considering the amount of snow that we recently acquired, CFD apparatus have been out for the past several days, shoveling hydrants to make sure we had access to them. I am calling on all fellow Chicagoans to assist clearing out our fire hydrants. when you are clearing out your parking spots and your sidewalks in front of your homes. I always tell my members that we are one team, one department. And I'm now asking for Chicagoans to step up and help us respond to fires and emergencies quickly by being one team, one city. And lastly, I must implore again and again, no Chicagoans should go to sleep without a working smoke detector and CO detector in your home. The precious time that these devices give our family members to escape is invaluable. One thing I've learned during my 3+ decades as a first responder is smoke detectors and CO detectors save lives. If a resident doesn't have a smoke detector or CO detector, or you can't afford one, please contact 311 for assistance. Thank you. I'd like to bring up now Matt Baudet from the Commissioner of the Building Department.
Thank you, Commissioner Ford, and good morning, everybody. I'm Matt Baudet, Commissioner of the Department of Buildings. The department enforces the Chicago Building Code, which includes the Chicago Heat Ordinance, which mandates that landlords supply heat to rental units or any unit where the owner does not have individual control of the heat from September 15th to June 1st. With colder temperatures expected in the coming weeks, the ordinance requires that temperatures inside residential residents be at least 68 degrees from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. and at least 66 degrees from 10:30 p.m. to 8:30 a.m. Landlords face fines up to $1,000 per violation for each separate day they do not supply adequate heat. System malfunctions are no excuse. Landlords must follow the law and apartments must be heated. If you're a renter and your landlord is not providing adequate heat or no heat at all, please contact 311 to report the matter, and the department will go out and inspect your unit and take action against the owner if a violation has occurred. This winter, the department has completed over 3,800 no heat inspections to date. We routinely coordinate with other city departments when necessary, including the Department of Family and Support Services, if a tenant requires additional assistance. Again, the consequences for not supplying heat are very serious. Landlords face, again, a minimum of $1,000 per violation for each separate day they do not provide adequate heat. We take this issue very seriously, and we will take action against delinquent owners. If you are a landlord, we strongly encourage you to proactively check your buildings and address any issues immediately to prevent situations from becoming an emergency. I also want to stress, as Commissioner Ford has, the importance of having working smoke and carbon detectors in your homes. According to the Chicago Building Code, landlords must provide working smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors to their tenants, and the tenants must ensure that there are working batteries in the smoke detectors. Further, with the extreme temperatures, ice may form on buildings and structures. The protocol for building owners and building managers is to cordon off the area and put caution signs warning of these conditions. Please also remember to clear the snow from your front and back porches and decks. As Commissioner Ford noted, the added weight of snow and ice could compromise these structures, and they could also block means of egress in case of emergency for you folks to get out of the homes. We also want to make sure that you check to make sure the high snow is not covering up the vents on your home. In particular, some of the drier vents are a little bit lower, so we want to make sure that those have to be cleared. Please make sure those are not covered up by snow. As Commissioner Ford also noticed, on behalf of the Water Department, we want to remind residents to prevent frozen pipes, make sure warm air is circulating throughout the home, and periodically run the faucets or have a trickle on all plumbing fixtures. Again, if pipes freeze, do not use candles or open flames. Use a hair dryer or a heating pad if you have one. Finally, I want to reiterate the thoughts of Mayor Lightfoot and my colleagues. The cities have an all-hands-on-deck established protocols. We are prepared to handle the severe weather as we do every year. Please remember to check on your family and friends and neighbors, especially seniors and those with disabilities. If you happen to be a blessing, make sure you're a blessing to others and take care of each other. Thank you. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Mark Sanders from the Department of Family and Support Services.
Good morning. My name is Mark Sanders, and I serve as the Deputy Commissioner for Human Services and Workforce Development with the Chicago Department of Family and Support Services. This week, our warming centers are available at the city's 6 community service centers from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and as needed during the evening and weekend. The centers are located at Inglewood on 1140 West 79th Street, South Chicago, 8650 South Commercial Avenue, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Center, 4314 South Cottage Grove, North Area, 845 West Wilson, Trina Davila, 4312 West North Avenue, and our Garfield location, 10 South Kedzie. To locate a nearby center, residents can call City Services at 311 or visit the DFSS webpage at chicago.gov/FSS. Warming areas are safe spaces for refuge and relief from extreme cold weather. Wearing a cloth face covering is required while in a warming center due to the COVID-19 safety precautions. DFSS provides a complimentary face covering to residents in need of one. For assistance after hours, residents should call 311 to be connected to available supportive services, including placement and transportation to a shelter. The Garfield Community Service Center at 10 South Kedzie is open 24/7 to connect families and residents to emergency shelter. Remember, as has been previously mentioned, please check on older loved ones, friends, and neighbors. And if you are unable to reach them and are concerned for their health and safety, call 311 to request a senior well-being check. In addition to serving as warming centers, other wraparound services like rental assistance and domestic violence programming are available at our 6 community service centers. You can find more information on our warming centers at chicago.gov, DFSS, or 311. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Now, if anyone has any questions, I'd like to open it up.
This is me. Hi, good morning. I'm Mary Bell Gonzalez with Telemundo Chicago. I have a question from Univision. I think you touched on these points, but forwarding along, is there anything residents should be doing right now to prepare ahead of the cold?
Thank you for your question. Each of us have mentioned individual preparedness steps that can be taken, which apply to each department. But in general, if you're traveling, make sure that in your car you have items in case you get stranded. At home, make sure that your sidewalk is clear. Make sure that you have salt on the sidewalk. In addition, as Commissioner Baudet mentioned, make sure that you maintain a trickle of water through your faucet so your pipes don't freeze. These are just some of the things that we've mentioned, but more information can be found either on the DFS website or via 311.
And as far as the warming centers are concerned, other than face coverings being mandatory, what other guidelines are you taking, and are you expecting there to be a limited capacity due to COVID restrictions?
So we do maintain social distancing inside the warming center. The masks are mandatory. Beyond that, there are no other safety precautions to take.
Is there a limit on capacity due to the restrictions?
There are limits on capacity, and we monitor the traffic to make sure that if we get to a space where more space is needed, especially at our Garfield location, we have several rooms available. We haven't come into that challenge yet, but we continue to monitor on an hourly basis.
Thank you. And then I guess just for specifics, what items should be kept in your car as far as a safety kit?
Gloves, hat, water, flashlight, communication devices, making sure that you're able to keep your cell phone charged, blankets.
I'm good. I don't have any more questions.
That's it. Thank you.